this video, we're going to lay out the consoles on the shelves. So the Beelink PC, the Intellivision Sprint, the Atari 7800. We don't have the PS5 right now. And then the components, which for the recorder and the HDMI switcher, and of course our outlet, the Jack's Atari paddle, that will just sit on the top of the unit. That's not going to go on the shelf. So let's get started. Okay, so here's our Intellivision Sprint, and here's our Beelink PC. So this is going to go on either the first shelf or the third shelf, not sure yet. And I've stuck these down with these command stickies right here so that everything doesn't move. And just to show you, these are pretty strong. You see that? So nothing's going to move around, right? And then what we'll do is the wires going out, we'll just use some twist ties, and that will go into the shelf with the components, which I'll talk about next. But this is really easy to recharge this Intellivision Sprint. And then here we're just going to have the Batacera hard drive here, because this is like a 1 terabyte, but I've got many more games than 1 terabyte. I have a 2 terabyte SSD Seagate drive, so I'm just going to attach that here, and I could put a sticky here so it sits there. It boots up Batacera, and this will go out to the HDMI switcher. The switcher will go out to the recorder, and then the recorder will go out to the second Beelink PC, which I'll probably put on a desktop, on a desk. This way we could do live streams and we can record there. That'll be probably easier instead of having to record right to the recorder. And this way we can edit the videos. But you see how well this works. I think it's pretty clean. And then, all the controllers, if you could see, we'll just go here like the wireless controllers, and we could just switch them out and use them and color code them too. And we're going to color code the HDMI wires and the power cord. So this way, when I see a color, I'll just have a lookup chart. I know what's connected to what in case something's not working. Just easier that way. All right, let's look at the Atari 7800 next. Okay, so here is our Atari 7800 Plus. Okay, I have to do a firmware update on this so all the controllers work, but we also have the stickies here, right? And we're going to stick this here probably on this side. This way it doesn't move. HDMI will go out to the shelf with the HDMI switcher, right? And then the power just goes into the surge, right? So that's that. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to reserve this space for the PlayStation. Now, I think it's like, 13 long, the Slim, the PS5 Slim. So I know I looked up the measurements on Google and on the product page. It's about 8.5 wide. So it'll come to here, and it's, something like 13 or 14. I thought it was smaller than that if it was a Slim. I could only imagine the other one is larger. But either way, it'll fit on this shelf like that. It's about 3.5 inches high, so that should be okay. But there'll be enough space here. If this starts here, right, and comes to 8.5, that should be okay, right? And then we could just route that. I could put it on the bottom shelf, but I want to keep the bottom shelf for the controllers. We'll see. But right now, that's the plan, and we'll stick everything down, and this will go either on the top shelf or the third shelf. Not sure yet. When we wire it, we'll decide, and we'll tie all the wires down too. Okay, so this is our component shelf. So we have here our ClearClick recorder, screen recorder. We have our Kenevo. We upgraded this. We got the 5 input now because we're going to have the PC with Batacera, Intellivision Sprint, Atari 7800 Plus, and when we get the PS5. And then we have an extra one if we want to do maybe a ColecoVision Phoenix. I'll do a separate video on that. And then we have our output here, which will go to our input here, and then this will go out to the monitor. Now, in terms of recording, you can use a USB. I've used a small USB. It gets very hot when you're recording long videos, so I recommend either attaching like a hard drive, if you have an SSD, that's good, or just a regular hard drive, like a 2 terabyte. That would be better if you're going to do long plays. But what I decided to do is just route this USB-C out to a second Beelink PC. This way I can do live streams, and I'll attach the hard drive to that PC and just record them there. This way I can do any editing that I want to do for the social media. This is just a small micro SD card. I probably won't use that. So that's the plan. So this output goes into here. This goes out to the monitor, and then we'll have this to a second PC where I could do live streams. This is the remote for the Kenevo, so this makes it easy, just like switch. And what I'll probably do is color code these. I'll color code the HDMIs and even the power, so I just know like what color, because once you have like a lot of wires, it's just, I don't know, it gets confusing when you just see wires. So just using color tape to color code everything, not just the HDMIs, but the power also. So this is the remote for this, makes it easy to switch components, consoles, and now the power surge. So I decided maybe the power surge should be like this. We have 8 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's a lot. I think we're only going to need 4, maybe 5 when we get the PS5, because the Intellivision Sprint and the Atari 7800 connect through USB power. And then we could have 2 other USBs coming out to the front of the cabinet so that we can recharge the controllers, the wireless controllers. So I think we'll set it up like this here, so this way they all go out here like that. Now you see these little sticky things at the bottom. These are really good. They call command, and we just peel these off and just stick them in place here, right? And then here, see? And then I think this is the front right here, right? So everything kind of stays in place and they're not shuffling around. When I originally built this, everything was moving around. The wires weren't tied down. It was a total mess. So now we can have these stationary, and I have these little twist ties, not zip ties, twist ties, because they're easy to take off. And we'll just, you know, organize all the wires so everything is organized. But we'll give some slack too. Okay, so this is probably going to go on the second tier, second shelf, but we'll see. If you've enjoyed this video, please like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. Thanks for watching.